After being reborn, the first thing my cousin Amanda Brown and I did was break up with our current fiancés. Final part. A girl with her hair tied back, looking rather frail, was covering her nose and complaining to the man beside her. I glanced at the tall, straight-backed man next to her and felt somewhat helpless. You're Kevin, right? I'm your fiancé, Audrey Carter. Take a look at this marriage agreement, and if there's no problem, hurry up and arrange a place for me to rest. With that, I pushed my suitcase toward his feet, completely ignoring the girl's hurt expression, then stood up and headed for the exit. Kevin, does she hate me? Lily Thompson asked, looking dejected. Already exhausted, I immediately lost my temper. Are we that close? This is literally the first time I've met you. Kevin, can you hurry up? After saying this, I ignored them completely and stormed off. I hadn't gone far when I sensed someone following me. It was Kevin. He was carrying my luggage, his expression cold, and he had absolutely no intention of explaining himself. I thought to myself, no wonder Amanda was so miserable in her past life. With Kevin being so cold and Amanda so proud, they were bound to be unhappy. But I don't have such a good temper. If I'm not happy, I'll make sure they aren't either. Since our engagement had been arranged long ago, Kevin had already received a call from my family and knew I was coming. He had already submitted our marriage application. So, within a couple of days, Kevin and I were married with the blessings of his military colleagues. Kevin's parents had died early, and my family lived far away, so the wedding was attended by his fellow soldiers. The atmosphere was lively, with the military community in high spirits. I'm so envious of Audrey for marrying Kevin. She's so lucky, unlike me. Lily lowered her head and began sobbing quietly. The previously joyful scene was suddenly filled with nothing but sniffles. The guests exchanged awkward glances, creating an uncomfortable atmosphere. Watching Lily's slightly trembling back, I smiled and stood on my tiptoes to kiss Kevin. Then I turned to Lily with a smug look and said, yes, I am lucky. Kevin is successful, handsome, and has a great body. Only someone as fortunate as me could marry him. After saying this, I wrapped my arms tightly around Kevin's waist. Then, with a threatening smile, I said to him, isn't that right, Kevin? Kevin's expression remained cold, but his ears suddenly turned red. Before Kevin could speak, Lily looked at him pitifully and said, Kevin, Audrey, please don't misunderstand. I truly came to congratulate you. If Audrey doesn't like me, I'll leave the wedding right now. But, as she spoke, she started crying again. Kevin, remember to pick me up tomorrow. We've spent Christmas together for so many years. Kevin nodded and said, I'll be ready to pick you up tomorrow. Don't worry. Hearing his words, I, who had just been holding Kevin's waist, suddenly threw him to the ground. Everyone looked at me in disbelief. Making plans before the wedding was even over was too much. In their past life, those two had sweetly celebrated their anniversary together, returning without giving Amanda any explanation. But I'm not Amanda. She could tolerate it. I can't. I thought, if Kevin dares to go tomorrow, I'll fight him and then leave this island. If my elders weren't so insistent on keeping that promise, my life in Texas would be incredibly carefree. Lily said, Kevin, are you hurt? Audrey, how could you treat Kevin like this? Lily's face turned red with anger, her gaze toward Kevin full of concern. Kevin quickly straightened up, gave me a meaningful look, and awkwardly replied, I'm fine. Then he came